What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with another edition, a pre-All-Star Game edition. Hopefully these leans, likes, and locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become a president. Every great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. We got tons of closing line value. We got plays taken off the board almost instantly at times. After you fire, you end up putting them up on X at Eric Lindquist. You can go follow me there. Put them up on TikTok, and plays are coming off the board and then going back. But obviously, a 13-game slate. Books were scared to put out some lukewarm numbers, if you will, mainly because we turned them into fire numbers for us. That's for sure. Hopefully, we can cash a couple of those it's like midway through the slate here at the moment. Boston's winning by 1 million. I saw that at halftime, even though they weren't on my card. It is what it is. But I'm excited to talk, friends, about Bet365 a little bit later. But I'm especially excited to talk about this 3-gamer we have before us. We've got 2 regularly scheduled games. We have a makeup game for Golden State and Utah. Hopefully, everybody. I don't even know what I'm trying to say there. Anywho, we are definitely looking forward here to a little bit of basketball before we get to that All-Star break. A week off. And then I'll be back next Wednesday night covering Thursday's slate for that. But hopefully you enjoy your time off. Normally, I love betting all-star games, whether that's in MLB, NBA. Not going to be doing it this year. I'm going to be going to a golf tournament. Going to be going watching Tiger play with my parents. So hopefully be watching him play. There is a cut for that event. But looking forward to just taking a little bit of time off here, going out of town for the All-Star break. Looking forward to that. Anywho, producer Jacob, he's on hand. Hello. Hi. Sorry, I'm fumbling through this intro. I don't really care. I very much care about you, though, and I care about these plays. The easiest card I've probably ever put together. 3 plays, one of them a lean, one of them a like, one of them a lock. Producer Jacob, let's get to the picks. Our tour begins with a lean. In fact, Milwaukee, Memphis here in this one. Milwaukee 10-point favorites. We know that they've just kind of been just the most inconsistent basketball team that there ever has been and ever will be. Doc Rivers, it's not going much better. Not going much better. You have a 21-33-1 team going up against Memphis here. Memphis on the back-to-back, though. That seems a little bit unfair. Interesting starting lineup from them tonight, getting Luke Kennard back out there. Obviously, you've had a dinged-up Scottie Pippen Jr. Wasn't going to play here today. Doesn't sound like he's going to be playing for this one either, from the looks of it. Again, not with the G League team. He's on a 2-way. He's somebody who can actually get stuff done on a basketball floor who I'm not valuing him as like an average NBA player, but somebody that I'm excited to see what his progress is as the season goes on. If he can just stay healthy here, that'd be good. Not that it's been a problem for him before, just saying that he's dinged up now. As for the Milwaukee side, Giannis and Lillard both expected to play basketball. And as such, 10, this should be double digits. I would be favored on that side of things, but I'm actually going to be leaning at something a little bit more aggressive. This game, it's leading into the All-Star break. They're going to have plenty of time off here. Milwaukee just wants to put the hammer down, and as such, guys like Giannis, you get 32 minutes out of Giannis in a spot like this against a bunch of like below average NBA players, and I see triple-double written all over this. This is a guy who's just taken on ball handling duty a lot more than Lillard in some of these spots, and Lillard's looked good against inferior opposition, but anytime he plays like a Miami, he's been playing off ball here in the last couple. Denver played off ball. 5 assists in each of those. It's still decent enough, but like the minutes have been down here a little bit for him, not like to a crazy extent, but like Giannis has been your primary ball handler in half-court sets. That should be boding well for his assist rate, and it's actually shown up in the box scores of each one of those here. 8, 5, 3, 7, 6 assists. It's kind of flirting into that triple-double category. I think you get Giannis, even in a spot where they're only up 15 with 6 minutes left. Why wouldn't you just have him out there putting the accelerator down before the All-Star break? Obviously, he'll be playing in that, so it is what it is. So you get 2 days off on the front end. I think Giannis triple-double is more live than it is most other days here. I'm looking at nice plus money already here. Obviously, we need to get official numbers at every single book here, but those aren't going to show up until Memphis is done playing their basketball game, of which right now they're up 20 on Houston. Riddle me that, Batman. Riddle me that. We'll see if that continues. But Giannis to triple-double. Give me some nice plus money here. I'm going to contemplate it. If you want to know if it ends up on my official betting card, hit me up on X at Eric Lindquist. Also, at Lindy's Locks. Yes, Lindys Locks. I got that on Twitter, TikTok. It's going to be on Instagram here soon. Again, wanting to get better video coverage of games the day of. Want to get you information the day of. Those are useful things. Anyway, let's talk Bet365 quick. Before we get to the lock, just want to throw this in for all of the great people who live in 9 states. Yes, the 9 states where Bet365 exists. They are Arizona, just added, Colorado, New Jersey, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Ohio, Virginia, and Louisiana. Congrats if you live in one of those 9 states, because you can bet $5 and get just $150 in bonus bets just from that $5. Again, you deposit down at the link below. You just bet 5 on anything at Bet365, and you're going to get $150 in bonus bets. That's a pretty ridiculous deal. So take advantage of that. Down below, my friends, really great stuff. If you're 21 and over, 18 and over in Kentucky, if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Take advantage of that. Little MMA over the weekend, all-star game stuff. Yeah, there's going to be stuff to still bet on, my friends. This one feels a little bit too clear-cut to me. Golden State, Utah. I don't understand this line. I don't understand it whatsoever. Somebody needs to try to explain it to me because, again, Utah, they've been a decent enough basketball team at home. I'm not a huge, home road splits guy to some extent, but, Utah built an advantage at altitude, and yet I'm just a little confused. Lakers and Utah are about to play here in about 10 minutes. I don't know what to expect from that. It's not like I know any kind of injury status that could be coming on the Utah side, but this is a perfectly healthy, besides Chris Paul still being out for another, it sounds like 10 days. Golden State is completely healthy. We know what we're getting. Curry, Thompson, Wiggins, Sarge, Looney, not on a back-to-back. This is a makeup game here for them, playing for that assistant coach that they lost tragically there from the heart attack before that Utah game. They're making this up here. And again, great footnote added there by producer Jacob, but Chris Dunn, Colin Sexton, again, I don't know how this starting unit is going to look in this specific spot, but Keontae George has been added into the starting unit and Chris Dunn to the bench, but I wouldn't be shocked if they played around with that a little bit based on what the minutes are here on Wednesday night. And still, there are no iterations where I wouldn't be betting the money line or laying the one with the Golden State Warriors here in this spot. They've been playing too good of basketball here of late. And also leading into the All-Star break, they can just go all hands on deck and play everybody 36 minutes and play it more like not a playoff game where you're going to play everybody 40, 42. It's not that important, but you can ramp up the minutes a little bit. More minutes for Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, Klay Thompson's been better, and of course, Steph Curry. How does Utah on a back-to-back here, playing back-to-back games at altitude? Again, they're used to it more than other teams, but I'm just confused. I have no idea how this is the opening number. So minus 115 on the money line was the very first play for me. 1 unit, and I just moved on with my life. I think it's about as clear-cut of a game as you're going to look at. The Utah Jazz, they're not all that good. And yes, have they been better at home? No doubt about it. Most teams are. But they're sitting down there at 26 and 28, and they're negative 2.2 in adjusted net rating. Golden State is ascending up the board now, 26 and 25 on a nice winning streak, plus 2.2 adjusted net rate. What's not to like with the Golden State side? Fire them up, money line lock, next game. When we go from something clear-cut to something that makes me a little uncomfortable that it's my favorite play in it, but you know what? Data is king, and data shall win out. This actually opened at 23.5. We'll tell you what that is here in a second, but Minnesota, minus 9.5, taking on Portland here. Come back for plus 36 on the money line. I don't know. But playing the back-and-back in the same place in Portland here for this one. Minnesota, it's so fun to have Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards on our basketball team playing the way that they have been. And of course, Rudy Gobert, the number 1 defensive center in the first half, defensive player of the year runaway if the season ended today. 216.5 total, though. Freaks me out that I like this, but DeAndre Ayton, the center on the other side, even against Rudy Gobert, the best defensive center. Have you seen his minutes of late? Because things got wonky in that fourth quarter. We got 32 minutes. It could have been 36 or 37 for Ayton if the game had been more competitive coming down to the very end of that one. But 11 for 12 from the field, I'm not expecting that kind of efficiency, but there is no doubt that Ayton is playing way more minutes than he has been the entire season. 32 per game, and then in competitive spots playing upwards of 37, 39, and 35. That's 3 of his previous 5 games. So if this is more competitive, which again, 9.5, it's not sitting in those Celtics at home type territory, you know, the 15s, the 16s, and then they bludgeon teams like they are right now against Brooklyn. But I think DeAndre Ayton is very underpriced here in terms of points plus rebounds plus assists. Again, it opened at 23.5 last game. He blew through that number. And I still think it's too low here. I ended up on the over of 9 rebounds. If you saw my prize picks card or anything that I'm doing over on Lindy's Locks on TikTok or on the Twitter streets, you saw that I was very much behind DeAndre Ayton, 9+ rebounds in that spot. Partially because I thought there was a chance that we got Anthony Edwards sitting and there were some different rotations where DeAndre Ayton could be on the floor for extended amounts to handle Cat and to handle extra minutes of Gobert. But even here, with Edwards, logically probably going to be in here in this spot, he does have the Q tag next to his name. I think we want to be backing Ayton to run it back. 25.5 PRA, -114. He's accomplished this 8 of 10 games. I'm not a big 8 and 10 games guy or what did this in their last 10, but it's all because of the role. Way more minutes. Do-up breathe. He'll start mixing in more as we get to the end of the year because this is a lost season. But DeAndre Ayton over 25.5, my favorite prop on the board as of recording this. Have a great All-Star break, everybody. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. You know what to do. Go to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays on this 3-gamer. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of stuff added to the premium Discord. Had some stuff that started matriculating in over the course of the evening. Had a couple of other plays that showed up for me on Wednesday night. Hopefully Thursday, again, later start time than normal. Hopefully I'm able to bring that to the people. And again, I'm going to exclusively be in premium Discord tomorrow night after Live Before Lock over on the Stochastic YouTube channel. Go talk a little DFS, a little bit of the daily fantasy goodness, that's for sure. Producer Jacob, thank you so much for an awesome first half to the NBA season. I'll be back for the second half, everybody. Let's get to it. And then catchers and pitchers reported. You know what that means. It's baseball time, baby. It's baseball time. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets on Thursday.